Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is Andre from Fumbling the Bag, and today or tonight, I'm going to give you my picks on these game sevens. I'm primarily going to focus on Orlando Magic and the Pistons, and the Raptors and the Cavaliers. I will go over Philly and Boston though, which is that game is going to be tonight. Should be a good game too. But yes, there are three game sevens, y'all. It's an exciting time in the NBA. Um, I'm glad that there are game sevens. This will make for just good viewership as far as the NBA is concerned with these playoff games. Very exciting. Um, Now let's go over Philly Boston. Philly Boston. No one thought that this would go 7 games realistically. I thought Boston would end this in the five or six, but because of Joel Embiid coming back, which no one thought that he'd be back, I think he came back in game two. It's it's making for a different series. But with that being said, I think the spread is 6.5 Boston. With Boston being at home, having experience, I think they take this game over. I'm not sure if Jason Tatum is going to play. That will definitely be a factor. I think he is going to play. Um, I'm going to take Boston I'm going to take the plus 6.5. I think it's going to be a closer game. So I'm going to take the plus 6.5. Just because I think Philly is going to play them, pretty close. But I think Boston does win this game, though. If Boston don't win this game, they need their butt whipped straight up. I'm sorry. They can make all the excuses that they want to, but like they really should win this game. But who knows? Who knows? That's why I'm loving these game sevens. But them being at home, I think they win this game. Now the Orlando Magic and the Pistons. I don't know if people saw Game 6, but it was very embarrassing for the Orlando Magic. Orlando had a 22-point lead going into the half. I think they were up by as much as 24 or 26. I'm not sure, but they were up by tons of points. So Detroit ended up coming back second half. They had a great third quarter and a great fourth quarter. And they ended up beating these boys by double figures, and they were down by 22 points. So it was demoralizing for Orlando. Um, Everything was just in question. Everything is in question for Orlando. It was so demoralizing that I don't see them bouncing back. I think they're mentally and physically scarred from this loss, and the fact that they were up 3-1 in the series, and now it's tied up, and Detroit is back at the crib at the LCA. I know this has a very bad mental effect on them. So I just don't see these boys covering that 8.5 spread. I think Detroit beats these boys by double figures. I think Detroit has figured some things out with Orlando, and the point that the fact that Franz Wagner is not playing, it's taking its toll because their defense isn't as good for one, and if they want a quick bucket, they can't go to him either. But definitely defensively, it's taking an effect on them. And I think Detroit is kind of getting into their rhythm on how they win games. They remembered how they win games. I think JB Bickerstaff has kind of figured some things out. The Orlando coach, man, he's in quicksand right now. I think they'll definitely get rid of him. As much as I hate to say it, and I'm hearing that some of the players don't really like him or respect him, so they may be losing on purpose. But I think that Detroit covers this minus 8.5. I actually think they win by double figures, and that's my Pistons. So, and it's no way that this should have went 7 games in my opinion. I think Pistons should have at least won in 6, but they've been playing some bad ball, and certain players have not came up to plate. So, and that's unfortunate. But listen, we'll take the win any way we can get it. So I got the Pistons covering this spread. Toronto Raptors, Cavaliers. Man, this is an interesting series too because I thought the Cavs would at least win this series, 5, 6 games, right? But they Raptors have been playing them tough. And Brandon Ingram didn't play in Game 6. So I don't know who is going to win this series. I'm gonna take the Raptors at plus 8.5. I don't think they win the series, but I think they cover the spread. I think they play the Cavs tough again, very tough. And I think that, like I said, I think they'll cover this 8.5. I think it'll be plus 8.5. But also with this Detroit Pistons Magic series, I think it's going to go under 202.5. I think Detroit puts the clamps on them. Detroit understands how to defend them as well, and they're a great defensive team. Um, I would say that this will probably be an under 202.5. You might want to even look at the Orlando Magic, how much they're going to score as a team, and take the under on that. I'm not sure. I don't want to. My computer's going slow as I don't know what, so I don't want to push too many buttons. But that's it, guys. That is it, man. I hope you guys enjoy tonight's game with the Celtics and the 76ers. I'm gonna be viewing some of that. And definitely enjoy this game's coming up Sunday, man. This should be very, very exciting. The NBA, a lot of people talk stuff about the NBA, and I'm not fully happy with the NBA, but I'm a basketball guru though, man. So I can't turn my back on them. There's certain things that they do need to do. I think the players have gotten paid way too much. They're divas. It's a different brand of the NBA, but like I still got love for it though. And I'm glad that they're having game 7s. So that's it, y'all. Enjoy the games. Fumbling the Bag is going to be bringing content to you all the time, so be looking for that. But until then, man, I'm out. Enjoy.